And we are live. I'm so sorry, guys, of late minute start there. I have been busy as heck with my dog. Most of you know what's going on. We will have an update on him as well. We have 7 missing person updates for you tonight, as well as one special guest. And we have 1 dog update for you tonight. So before we get started, if you are not familiar with the channel, Monday through Saturday, most nights we interview the loved ones of either missing persons or sometimes unsolved homicides or just any kind of unsolved cases. We do it in an effort to spread awareness and to help bring people home and help bring closure to those who really need it. So the show is interactive. As you can see, there's a chat. Tonight we will have a guest, but it won't be a missing persons interview. But when we do those, you can ask questions in this chat. Like I said, the show is interactive, so it's really fun. And you can actually, well, not fun. That's not the proper word, but you can really make a difference and help these families that really need it. We'll take a moment for the chat to start to fill up. Hello to Elizabeth, Royal Blue, Rachel, Tarot Reader, Edie, Watcher. We have quite a few people. There's Sheena, Yvette. What's up, guys? Chris, Alberta Proud. We got a lot of my regulars here. We got about 40 people, so we can get started. Give it a few more minutes for everyone to come in. Hello, Denise. Hello, Megan. So before we get started, I've been getting a lot of questions on Toby. This is my little guy right here. So I had told you guys, I think, and he peed. All right. So I'm going to have pee on me. That's great. So here's what's going on with this guy here. Like twice in the last 3 years, he all of a sudden couldn't move his legs, but then he was fine. So he's like the miracle dog. So we thought he was dying, and then boom, he completely recovered. Careful, buddy, don't get stuff on me. So keep that in mind, that he has completely recovered twice. Well, about 6 days ago, it happened again where he couldn't move his legs. Now, on top of that, he had this glazed like look of death in his eyes, and he wouldn't eat, he wouldn't drink. So we were like, oh boy, this might be the time. And on top of that, he has this lump here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to get his pee on me. Right here. You can see it. See this here? So this part of it is hard. It's been growing for like 5 years. But once he started, I'm getting it on me. Once he started getting really sick, so this is the original lump right here. It's doubled in size. This part is liquid. And if you touch this, the hard part doesn't bother him. But see how I'm getting his attention by touching the liquid part? So he had that, and if you look, his skin's like blackish purple. So we don't know if it's a blood clot or what's going on. So he stinks. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to put him down. He's peed on himself again. So now I'm covered in pee. Great for the whole show. Sorry, guys. So after the first day, the glazed look went away, and he was eating and drinking again. So we're like, yeah, he's a star, Judy. He says it's hard being a YouTube celebrity. I'm gonna have to go wash myself, guys, quick. Once we bring on Lisa, she can say hello, and I'll wash up a little bit. But the first day he got a little better, but he still had the giant lump, which we've gotten looked at in the past, like a few years ago. And they said to us, it feels like it's just fatty and non-cancerous, but in order to know for sure, they'd have to do an operation. And even 3 years ago, he was so old, he's almost 18 now, or 17 or 18. Even back then, he was so old that the operation would kill him to see if it was cancerous. So we just kind of had to let it be. But now, I don't know if it's blood leaking into it or what it is. So he still has the problem with the lump, but he started walking again the last 2 or 3 days. So starting to get really excited. He no longer has the glazed look. He's eating and drinking, and he's starting to walk a little bit. He can only walk a few steps. But that's basically his update. So he still has the purple skin. I wanted them to put like a syringe and drain the blood or pus or water, whatever's in there out. But they couldn't do it. They said they'd have to know where the blood was coming from. And they did do blood work and all that. So we're still waiting. So he's not 100% healed yet, but he's walking again. So that's the update on Toby. He's doing good. Let me bring on Lisa. And how are you, Lisa?
Hi. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us tonight. Do you want to, you can kind of go over some of the basics of what you're doing right now while I change my shirt and wash my arms, because I'm covered in pee right now.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Just give me like a few minutes and you can say hello to the chat and let them know what you guys are doing out there.
Hi, Be United. Hi, Carrie. I see you guys talking in chat. I'm actually out here in Over here in Carson City, everyone, we know Jared's been still missing. It's going on 4 months, and I'm out here with Sheila. And we have been out here searching all day. So I'm sorry if I'm sunburned and dirty because I just got back to the hotel and came on. And so just waiting to see if we can get some more tips in and just doing the search. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Phoenix. And then when Jason gets back, we'll have Melissa come on, get some our updates. So I kind of jumped on fast, but I wasn't with Sheila and everybody in the other room, but they're watching everybody. So everyone can say hi to Sheila in the chat. I just had to switch rooms for it to be quiet. So we're over here. Just wait. Watcher on the wall. I heard that about coconut oil. Does it really work? Hey, Dave. Hey, Diamond. I'm doing good. Jared. Oh, Shelly, if you want to go back on Jason's video, Jared, Sheila was on a few weeks back and we did the video on Jared. I would go back there and you can watch, and anybody who hasn't seen Jared, his video is up on Jason's channel. So everybody can see the case that I'm out here working right now. So I came out here and go back after and we continue our search. We're not giving up until we find something.
And some people asking who Jared is.
Yeah, they want to say they didn't see that one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, guys, he's a video we've done. Jared Stefanski. We interviewed his mom, Sheila. So go ahead and check her interview out. It's probably about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to have Melissa Bush join us. She's going to talk about her sister, Elizabeth McDonald, who was found, unfortunately, deceased. It's been about a week or two ago now. It's been a bit. We had a couple technical issues and things like that trying to get this show up and running. So it's been a few weeks. Edie, still no word on Jared, no, but they are hopefully making some progress. But while we wait for Melissa, I just want to quickly go over. We have 7 updates tonight. 2 of them were found safe. Unfortunately, 5 deceased. There are no articles on the 2 that were found safe, though, but I did talk to the sister and the mom. So let me kind of go over them real quick. The first that was found safe is Ryan English. So Ryan was 14 years old. We actually didn't get to interview his mother. He was, as a lot of 14-year-olds, he was getting into some things that weren't so great. Good kid, but just kind of, heading down the wrong path a little bit. So my understanding is he is in police custody. I don't have all the specifics there. And he didn't do anything like horrible or anything, but just a young 14-year-old being a 14-year-old kid. So, but the important thing is he's found safe, according to his mom, and that's the update I have there. I was supposed to interview her last Monday, which is my internet went down on Sunday, so that was one of the ones. So I wouldn't have been able to do it anyways. But that morning, she had messaged me saying that she couldn't do it because he had been found. So I'm grateful for that. So Ryan English, let me show you his flyer, guys, just so you know who he is. This is Ryan here. If you're on my Facebook, you probably saw that one posted. Ryan is safe, which is the important thing. So let's X that one out. Now, the second one that's been found safe is Teresa Palacio. We just interviewed her. It's only been about 4 or 5 days. Her sister, Carmelita Palacio. And we'll show her real quick. She has also been found safe. Again, this is another one I don't have a ton of info on. There was no articles of her missing or found. This got very little coverage, so it's kind of a weird case. But she has been found, Teresa Tweedy Palacio. And my understanding is she's back staying with her mother, which is where she was before she was found. So all is well there. And we're still waiting for Melissa to come on. So I apologize for our ineloquence here while we wait, because we kind of have things centered around here. We can go over a case while we wait for her, and then we'll switch over when she comes. Let's start with Zach Pruitt. This one is actually old. I should have done this on the last update show. Zach Pruitt, unfortunately, has been found deceased. This is another one that we actually didn't get to the interview because I was supposed to interview his mother, Michelle, and he was found, unfortunately, before. Sheena Mandel, where was Teresa found? My understanding is she just kind of showed up. So I'm sorry I don't have a ton of info. Carmelita was considering coming on tonight, kind of like Melissa's about to, but she was unable to do it. So she said, just tell everyone she's with my mom and she's safe. So that's all I have on that. Subscribe. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Phoenix. I do appreciate it. I'm glad you found the channel. If you guys are into helping these cases, please click subscribe below and set the notification bell to all, and it will notify you every time we are about to upload. And Melissa's just read my message, so she should be on any moment. But let me read this from the Star Tribune. Breaking. Informant says Zachary Pruitt was murdered. So his body was found. And an informant, again, everything we talk about here is alleged, but an informant is saying he was murdered. An informant has claimed to police that Zachary Pruitt, the Chatham man who went missing in July and was found dead this week, was killed by a named person of interest, according to a legal document obtained by the Star Tribune. Let me show you the article. I will go over that in just a moment. We have Melissa on, so we're going to switch to her, guys, because that's kind of what the main focus of this episode is, for her to talk about her sister. If you're not familiar with her sister, Elizabeth McDonald, we interviewed Melissa. She was the one who was in the delivery room having just delivered her baby. So she quite a blessing and then a tragedy, unfortunately, pretty much back to back. So we have her on to talk about her sister and give us some updates on the case. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Yes, I
Hey,
guess.
Melissa, how you doing? Yeah. So sorry.
Yeah, we're so sorry. Congratulations
You're
on the
cutting
baby,
out.
though. We're cutting out for you.
You're completely cutting out.
Do you want to go over some of the details of your sister being found?
Cutting.
It must be your phone. Can you guys hear me
I
good in
can't
the
hear.
chat? I think it's her phone, guys.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Okay, we can hear you. Do you want to go over the details of your sister?
Yeah, well, she was found at the Little League field, like way in the like back toward.
Oh, okay. She has bad service, guys. That's unfortunate. That's a surprise
I
because
think it was just, I think it was just a service.
yeah, it's a surprise because when we first talked to her, she was in the emergency room and she had good service. But she is back. Hopefully, we can hear her. Can you hear
me
us?
now?
Yeah, it might be where you are, the service, but I can hear you. Melissa, can you try?
Can you hear me better?
We can hear you. Yeah, maybe if you go outside, you won't have the cutout problems.
This is.
Or let's give her a second, guys. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my sister was found in the Little League field in Canastota, way in the back by the farm field, like closer to the farm field. And she was found the 27th of September, and they just kind of like started a shrine over there, and everybody's been putting stuff by it to, like, you know, remember her and, like, you know, acknowledge the fact that she was a human, really, if you want to be honest. I don't really know how to say that, but they've been really getting crazy nice with all the stuff they've been putting outside by the shrine. But we just we buried her on Sunday, that Sunday, and she hasn't got a headstone yet, but she's buried.
Okay.
They're just waiting for her headstone to come.
Well, as tragic as this is, of course, I'm very glad at least that it's, you know, at least you don't have to wonder anymore what happened to her. This is definitely not an ideal outcome, but I think it's better than this having happened and you just wondering for the rest of your life what happened to her, you know? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're just waiting for justice now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think there's a little delay. I can hear you.
We're just waiting for justice now because we don't know exactly how she died. We just have thoughts of it, you know. So we're just wondering what exactly happened.
So my understanding, again,
Sorry.
until somebody's charged, guys, we don't make any hard accusations. But you had some suspicions during the interview, and has somebody confessed, or is something going on there? Is that something you can talk about?
We don't know too much information. We just know they're not releasing George.
So George is the boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
So your initial suspicions were that he might be involved in some way, and now he's being held once she's been found.
He was held for different charges, but they're not releasing him. So we are almost 100% sure that it's him. But we honestly believe it ourselves. I mean, everyone does.
Yeah. Be United. I have been showing the people. Are you not able to see them? I've been showing the flyer. And I think I might be having some feedback on your phone. Do I sound really bad echo to you guys or something? You might have to. I do. Okay. Yeah. So I'll have to mute her mic when I talk. Okay, Melissa. So, thank you for giving us any update. Is there anything you wanted to tell us in regards to your sister, whether it be any more updates or just a story about her or anything along those lines? We appreciate you coming on and giving us an update, but I just want to make sure if there's anything that you wanted to say that you get it out there.
I'm not very good at this, but I just really, 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 really hope that Anovia can somehow remember her, or have everybody just keep reminding her about Lizzie, because she really, really was close with Lizzie, and she's not going to know who she is if nobody tells her. But I seen her today, so she's doing really good. She's getting big. Just really sucks, because every time I look at her, I want to bawl my eyes out.
Yeah, it's really a shame that you had to have such an amazing thing happen, and that such a tragic thing happened pretty much back to back. I can't. I say it every night, but as much as I do these interviews and stuff, I could never put my guys in your shoes. I'm so sorry. And so Sheena Mandel asks, yeah, I get her muted because her mic is picking up my voice. That's why the echo. Sheena, is this the same person who they said dropped her off at the donut place? Sheena, you're probably mixing. Teresa and Elizabeth were both at a donut place. So Teresa's the one that just kind of left the donut place, whereas Elizabeth, Melissa's sister, was last seen at Dunkin' Donuts with George, the boyfriend. So yes, George is the one that was with her at the donut place. He didn't drop her off though. He was just seen with her there. So that's correct, Melissa, right? That George, her boyfriend, was the one she was with at Dunkin' Donuts?
Yes.
Okay. So we're having a lot of feedback problems from your mic picking up the camera, so I'm muting you as I talk. So I'm trying not to talk while I have you unmuted. So if there's anything else that you want to say, by all means. Otherwise, we're so sorry for your loss, and thank you so much for the update.
It's just weird because how they had found her body behind, like, the building where she was last seen, but I don't think she was there. I don't think she was there the whole time. I think that she was. I think she has an accomplice.
You think, assuming it was George, we don't know, of course. You think that George? You think it was more than one person? You're saying you think she was placed there afterwards because that was searched already? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was searched by many people, actually, not just the police, but it was also searched by a bunch of other people, and nobody could find her, and all of a sudden she's there. So weird.
Yeah, I'm praying that since they have him in custody. Watcher, you said you're not understanding any of this. I'm not sure. So Melissa's sister Elizabeth was last seen at a Dunkin' Donuts with her boyfriend. and he had been arrested on something else. She has since been found, but she was found in a place that had already previously been searched. So they're holding on to the boyfriend. They're not releasing him. And so we're assuming that it's something to do with, with George, since they're not releasing him. But information hasn't come out yet. As far as the baby, when we interviewed Melissa, she was in the emergency room, or delivery room, I guess you'd say, and she had just delivered the baby. Yeah, Teresa was last at a donut shop, and so wasn't Elizabeth. So I think you're mixing the cases, is what it is. But Melissa, I mean, our hearts go out to you. I'm so sorry. That's really weird that the place was already previously searched. And yeah, it's probably pretty hard. I mean, I guess it's possible for one guy to move a girl, but I wonder if there was any help or anything like that.
The thing is, he was in jail, so he couldn't have done it. He couldn't have moved her. Somebody else had to have moved her.
Wow. Sorry, it's really difficult with having to mute, so I apologize for the delay, guys. Yeah, okay, so he was in jail while I thought he was but he was out and at his house when we first talked, right? He wouldn't come out. So is it possible he snuck out of his house and dropped her? You're saying that area was searched after he went into jail as well?
I guess he went right back to jail after or something. I don't know. It's all like a big confusion to me. So I don't know how it happened or what happened or whatever, but he ended up back in jail that day. So the next day or so.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and giving us the update. If there's anyone that's unclear, I apologize. I can explain it further. It's kind of hard because we're having some tech issues, so I'm having to mute her as I talk. That's why there's delays and stuff like that. So I apologize, guys. Chris asked, wasn't he in jail for not complying with the restraining order? Yeah, so that's what's going on, Chris, is he was picked up already for that. And he's now being held after she's found. So the question is he being held because of the restraining order, or is he being held because of, Elizabeth being found? So that's what we're still waiting for information on, right, Melissa?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'll let you get back to the baby. I know newborns take up a heck of a lot of time.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great night.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to start having them have headphones, guys. Sorry, that's really hard for me to navigate everything on screen while I'm doing the mute, because there's also a delay, so I have to time when my voice is gonna end, when she's gonna hear it. Okay, so Watcher, I hope. Let's see if we have some questions. How do you tag someone in the comment section? I believe you do @ and then their name, the @ symbol. Or you can't.
And then let me try my share screen so I can share Jared.
Okay.
So, does it work? Did you see it?
I'll see it at the. Oh, I got to remove mine. Try yours again.
Okay.
Oh, I got to delete it. Hang on. Well, I can. Yeah, I think mine's already on there, so I can show him if that's easier. You just want to.
Okay.
You just want to show us missing.
They were asking in the chat. They were asking in the chat if that's what they're talking about. If you could share his poster, people are not familiar, so that's what that was. It wasn't about Jared's poster.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. We're still kind of learning how to.
Other posters. Yeah.
Okay. Still kind of learning how to do this format, guys. Sorry, I'm not that comfortable yet with these update shows. So this is Jared. Can you guys see, Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Jared Stefanski, he's 26 years old. He went missing June 19th in 2020. He had driven from Redding, California down to whether or not he made it to Carson City. We're not 100% sure, I guess. His mother doesn't think he made it there. But that's where he was headed anyways. And this is the rental car that he had. Not the exact rental car, but this is the model. And did you give them, I don't know how much you wanted to go over, but I'm assuming when I went and watched the PF myself that you had given them a little bit of an update, Lise?
Yeah, I haven't said too much details because there's still an ongoing investigation with the law enforcement out here. But we are out here and we did go around and we've been hanging flyers today. Searched some areas, we put flowers, and we talked to a few people. And so, Edie, is the money missing? Well, the Jared never touched the money, so whoever has got the money is the men that was last seen with Jared still.
Jared
So this
never
is this
touched the
information
money.
that we're getting. So whether it be they did something to him when he got down here to keep the money or something is kind of the stories that we're hearing from some of the locals. But it's kind of one of these towns where the business is the business and they're not going to tell on other people right now. So unless we just keep pushing, and we're gonna have to keep. So I would please everybody in the area and everybody, please keep sharing Jared. And we have got to keep. No rental car now. We found areas. I asked a local man what areas are to search. He gave me a couple areas. It's just that there's so much vast land out here to find.
While you read that question, I'm just going to respond to the chat. So, guys, as far as tagging, the way that I believe it works is if someone says your name, it'll highlight it, but I don't think you can tag someone else's name. So you'll be the only one that sees that highlight. So I believe that's how it works. But if you wanted to, can you read the question off, Lisa, before you answer it, just for anyone not watching?
Yes. So Megan asks, Lisa, are you related to Jared or just work alongside Jason with these interviews? Sorry, I'm new here. Hi, Megan. I'm actually a part of Be United and I'm a volunteer. So I help families in my spare time. So right now, Jared's case, because it was in Nevada, I had been following it. Happened to stumble upon Jason's channel during COVID, met with Be United, and then Sheila contacted me. And honestly, everybody associated with Jared, his friends, his family, they are so sweet and amazing that I can just tell the soul that Jared has is just as sweet as and amazing. So we were out there. We've checked all over for this car. The car still is missing.
Yeah, still missing. That's one of the odd things in this case is the rental car is missing. So, I mean, we can't make any assumptions, guys, but it sounds like something happened to Jared. Someone took the money and got rid of the car. And that's a real deserty area, right, Lisa? So that's not a good thing.
It's very desolate. And I'm from Nevada, but I'm more towards Henderson. But when we're out in the Mound House, Carson City area, especially like there's a Date Inn out here. There's houses that their backyard is full of 6, 7, 8 cars, and it's multiple houses. It could be in every neighborhood. We talked to some locals and found some different areas where there'd be dumping, but there has been the Desert Pigs that Sheila works with. Their group has been going in these areas. So we just need to keep having the, awareness, but we have not found the car out here on our search. I'm thinking that they probably did do something with the car. I asked about if they did be able to break the car down, salvage it. Most of the places out here are national. It's not to say that they didn't happen, but for that, most of these companies are nationwide now. So to pay someone off to do that would kind of. He did not deliver marijuana. No, he didn't touch the marijuana. They would, Jared. They would send the money to Mound House Watcher on the Wall. They would send the money.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think this. I
No,
think
he didn't deliver. They were supposed to come back.
So sorry, Lisa. We have a delay. Yeah, this is that case watcher, but he didn't pick it. I'll let you tell, Lisa. Sorry, there's a delay.
Oh, yeah. So Watcher on the Wall, isn't he the one that was picking up the marijuana? Jared knew the people in Redding, so the money would be sent here to Nevada, and then Jared would drive out here to verify the money. So they would supposed to not open the money or product or anything until Jared came out here. So honestly, this feels like a setup to me. The first day he came out the highway, like Sheila told us, he turned back around. It wasn't his normal route. The next day he went on that same route. I kind of have the feeling like he might have did come out here and that something happened, that they set him up. They set him up. And there's a few people who probably do know out here. So we just need to keep being aware. And so we can get someone to say something they saw, because I was just in the area. So this isn't a warehouse where it's like a warehouse. This is like a lot of trailers. This isn't, I'm sure you all are thinking that this is like somewhere where he goes in. There's no way being in the area and I can hear the next door and the guy, everyone's in our business. People were coming out, seeing who we were, that no one saw something. Someone has to know something, just like we always say.
Right.
So when I actually came out to the area and saw how it is, I'm like, someone knows something. There's a place right there. Guy came out over here. And the police have been, kind of, trying to keep this in the investigation, but we just feel like we maybe need to do, if we come back out here again, we need to do, get the news or something involved, because this town it's just like very small. Like the guy said, people come to get away from other people. They're not here to make socialized friends out here.
Absolutely. For anybody into the Maura Murray case, you probably know Falk. He has helped with co-host a couple interviews in the past. He is doing a debate on the True Crime Garage channel, which will be moderated by the captain. Good sized channel, and he's debating Aaron Larkin in relation to the Maura Murray case. So please check that out. Just a quick shout out to him. And you can post the link again, Falk, if you want. But he had posted a link, I think, where you can submit questions on Reddit. If you want to post that again, Falk, a couple times or whatever throughout the broadcast, by all means you can. Please check that out, guys, if you're into the Maura Murray case, or if you're into debates or just true crime in general. It's a very interesting case. I just want to he had posted in the chat, so I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to do that for him. He's a great friend of the channel, so I want to help him out. Okay, so, well, hopefully we're making some progress on Jared's case, it sounds like. Anyway,
I feel like there's without going into too much details, we did do some deep diving today, and but I'm just gonna keep some of it private. But we did find out some things. So now it's just putting the pieces together, and if someone could just give us something, just one little thing to have at the direction, we just need that direction. But
absolutely. And thank you so much, Billy J, for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt earlier, but so I forgot to say it. Thank you so much. And he's saying we could pull the warehouse up on Google Satellite. I don't mind doing that. Do we have the address? Do we want to pull that up?
You can pull it up. 17 Martin Drive, Mound House. It's a little weird out here. Mound House is not even on my map, my laminated map. I could probably grab to show it. It's like gone off the map because some of these towns are that small in Nevada that's how this town kind of is, like one of those you drive through.
Oh, wow. That is
with lots of mountain area.
So I think I have it here. And just so you know, Lise, it might sound like we're talking over each other. I think we have a delay. I've noticed like 2 or 3 seconds. So we might accidentally talk over each other. I know you already know, but not intentional for anyone who doesn't realize. So this is it right here. Can you hear me?
That's go back to it. That's the area, but that's the lot. There is that's it. There's no what everyone's thinking of, a warehouse or somewhere. That's what it is. It's desolate, Jason. With people next to each other and all these industrial businesses, you would think someone heard or saw. There's people that know obviously more than they're saying. So, but
yeah. A lot of cars around. Are these all? Is that a junkyard? Is that what you said?
Not a junkyard. There's I don't know. The police are, but what I was told today, the police did search that lot with dogs, or searched it, maybe not with dogs, but however, they did search that lot, but they didn't search the actual lot of 17 Martin Drive. That lot's someone else's lot. That's a guy that has a towing yard. So his lot is where right there, this lot here, these trailers, there's no warehouse. It's just land with trailers on them.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. So where the buildings are, and you go up there, yep, right there, they don't own that. Someone else is renting that now. They just started renting out that in June 2020. It's different people. So also made me feel like a setup because they knew people were going to be moving in. And what I was told by the neighbors, these guys are up all hours of the night doing all these things. And out here in this land.
I don't know if you can see my cursor. Is this where he pulls in, where we have video coming from this way or this way?
So he was coming. So with the Martin Drive, that's further down. No, other way. This road, that's where the video was coming down and coming up and then turning in. So what he normally would do is turn on in here, come all the way down and pull into this lot. Now there's trailers in the lot, but there is no, like, see all the trailers? There's no actual, if they were going to do something, they would have to do it at the trailer or something.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense that there's not like a warehouse building that's there. There's trailers that are there and trucks they own, and they have bulldozer over there and some other weird things. But then next to it is another car place, but none of those are even associated with them or own it. And the car's not there now.
But these trailers seem like they would be, if you were going to do something bad, they would be a place you could get away with it, huh?
From what we were told, possibly you could move the trailers around to block some views and stuff like that. But yeah, they moved some stuff out in the days following Jared going missing. So if there was something that they moved out, maybe it's not there now too. So.
Huh. Okay. And there's a lot of, have you went to all these buildings and tried to get video footage? I mean, it looks like, well, I guess not a ton of buildings, but have you went to like this place and, all these other places and tried to get footage? I mean, actually it's pretty remote now that I'm scrolling, but I mean, even over here, there's a lot of places you could try. Kit Kat Drive.
A lot of places don't have businesses. And then we were told that there was a bunch of cameras at Martin Drive, but there's not. And the one that's attached, I don't believe even works. So there's cameras up there further, and there's cameras at the gas station and the camera footage that we did see. When you scroll out a little bit, there to the, see that it goes back further. There's mountains and rivers, but Desert Pigs checked that area. So that's the kind of we're trying to figure out the direction, but it's just very desolate. So there's it's a Pine Nuts Mountain out here. Was a local told us that area. There's a like a road that goes through the back goes Dayton on the other side of this. But honestly, like seeing it in person and seeing how it was today and seeing some of the things I saw today, it's just all very sketchy and very weird. And whoever these guys are, they're doing definitely legal things and more illegal things than, I don't know if they'll even, who knows, they come back to the state. I don't know.
So this one has people really confused, it seems. We have a lot of people still, Barb Brown. So someone would send the money out to Jared. Do you want to go over one more time the process since you've kind of talked to Sheila?
If I can say. Yeah.
Sorry, it's a lot of people.
No, guys. You guys, it is very confusing, and that's honestly why I feel like it's the setup thing, because he's only done this a few times. This wasn't a thing he's done maybe a handful of times, 5 times maybe, and this time it was different. This was supposed to be the biggest drop, and so what Jay did was they would ship in these containers the money from PA, New York, wherever they're coming from, right? The money. They ship it to Mound House with shipping trucks. So the people we talked to saw the shipping trucks coming a couple of times a week. They all thought it was weird. No one obviously spoke out, or I wouldn't be sitting here with the situation if people reported this. Unfortunately, no one said anything. They just let them carry on. So these guys, thanks Sheena. So these guys, they are coming out here. They have another warehouse out here. What they're doing is, I don't know, because they're not really a warehouse or a plot of land with trailers. So what they would do is get the money in there. Jared would come down. This time that he came down, he went through, he would pull around to the lot. They would get out of the car and Jared would have to confirm the counting of the money. So he would have to make sure all the money was there. Jared would then take the money back and get the product from Reading, from the people he knew. So Jared is the connection. So Jared was like the connection of, they wouldn't know anybody to get any product if they didn't have Jared. Jared was the person who knew everybody. So this time they got the money and they told Jared the money was supposed to be here Thursday. They told Jared it didn't get here, which made him turn around, went back to Reading. The next day he came back from Reading, back to Martin Drive to get this money. And that's why I'm telling you guys, that's why it sounds off, because we're missing the pieces of detail that Corey only knows. So Corey, if you're listening, you can send me Facebook and let me know your side of the story, or Jason, because we really, really have a family here who is missing Jared, and you yourself has family and kids, and if this was anybody else in this situation, think of how you would feel if this was your family or your kids who was missing. So please do the right thing. Anybody who sees this or passes on to the gentleman involved, or who may know anything else that can lead us to Jared. At this point, what's a $25,000 reward to bring Jared back to his family? So that's what we're going to do. No, he never physically had the money. It was where he was headed to, which he would have got there, confirmed the money was there, take the money, and then they go get the product in Reading. Corey and Will have been out that way too. So Jared is a very trusting person. I'm sure it wasn't like he knew them a few handfuls of times. So that's the thing is, like, I don't think he thought something was off on that trip that time, but that's why something is off, because people know something, and yep, they feel like they didn't need him and felt too. That's what we were wondering. We're trying to figure out the motive. Yes, Sheena, it's in a yard. Corey, yes, it is. It's a little, Heather, it's dangerous, but they're not, I don't think they're as sophisticated as we first originally thought. Corey's no one has talked to Corey, and so we can say we only know what Will said. So Corey's never told his side of the story. So that's why we really like to talk to Corey, because Will's called his name out a few times that Corey's the one responsible and Will was never there. So we just want to hear Corey's story. So what's his side of the story? So.
Absolutely. So please, Corey, if you know something, come forward. We have 5 more cases, so we're gonna go over. 4 more cases, so we're gonna go over them. I'll do one. Lisa will do one, and there's still a lot of questions, guys. So if we'll give you a little bit to digest it, and then we can come back to it if you guys have more questions on Jared. I know it's a confusing one, but it seems like it's pretty tough to nail the story down. So
I would tell more details, which would probably make it like a little like less confusing, but I don't want to share those details. There is some, but where Will is on a vacation right now. So he's been on vacation since all this started. Edie.
Which is why Corey was even involved in the first place, right?
Supposedly, but I mean, Will's the main guy. Corey wasn't the main guy. From what I'm gathering, Will was more into something, whatever, allegedly drugs and things like this. And Corey's more of the meaty, tough guy, if that makes sense.
Corey's like the muscle from Will, allegedly.
Yeah. And where Corey, what I got from people today is Corey's just mean and rude to everybody. Will wasn't so much to make a little conversation, but people were saying, "Oh, they didn't talk to me. They were doing their own thing, digging, doing weird stuff out there." I don't know what they were doing, but very, very, very strange. Very strange.
For sure. And okay, so you can read that on screen just for you. She's being safe, guys. I'm sure.
Yes.
And they have a lot of people with them, so don't try anything. We actually have to have her. Sorry.
Okay.
No, I was gonna say we actually had to have Lisa move rooms. We tried it in the other room, but there's so many people there that it was so loud. So believe me, she's not just single-handedly out there. Yeah.
No. And then also I am friends with the Las Vegas Metro. So if anybody thinks that they think they can get one, and I study criminal justice, but I'm trying to be as safe as I can. I do know that it gets dangerous, especially with situations where it's like a few people are involved, and this situation is it's very heartbreaking, and just everybody, please send your prayers and everything for Sheila and her family.
And actually, I'll tell a quick story, since that's kind of what this is for, so I can speak directly to you guys. But since Las Vegas Metro is coming up, so this mic right here, it's not the very best mic in the world. It's a pretty good one, but this mic was my friend's, and he passed away. And we had moved out to California together. I used to write movie scripts, and we made like music together and all kinds of stuff. But he ended up passing away, and so I used this mic as kind of like because he was the guy that was kind of trying to make it with me. So it's kind of like my way of keeping the dream alive with him. But his sister is still a good friend of mine, Stephanie. She was a Las Vegas cop for years. So it's too bad that she wasn't still out there, because I could have I could have sent her. Just made me think of the whole story when you said Las Vegas Metro. She's a good friend of mine. I have pictures with her on Facebook and stuff. And her and his mother might be watching right now. Actually, she watches the show. So, but yeah.
Well,
so
whenever you want
I
a
know people
road
in
trip
Vegas.
out here, you can. We could use some more help out here, guys.
I could
got
call
more places we could go.
I could call Stephanie and see if she can get any of her Police Connect friends and go out there. That'd be cool. I would love to help. But okay, guys, we're gonna go over a few. So I had actually started Zach Pruitt. Let me pull him up real quick here. And I'd like pulling up the maps like that. I might do that more. So once we get addresses, that was pretty cool, right? Zach Pruitt. Okay, so we have Zach Pruitt. Now, this is one I should have done. I didn't do the show for like 3 weeks, but when I did the very first one, so Zach Pruitt has been found. So we know he's deceased, but an informant is, let me show the screen. An informant is saying that he was murdered. So an informant has claimed to police that Zachary Pruitt, the Chatham man who went missing in July and was found dead this week, was killed by a named person of interest, according to a legal document obtained by the Star Tribune. And I will show a picture of Zach in a moment, guys. A search warrant obtained by the Star Tribune today revealed a cooperating witness told police that the man named in the document was the last to be seen with Pruitt alive on surveillance tape. A cooperating witness advised that the man in question killed Zachary Pruitt to silence him over the larceny of 5 firearms on July 16, 2020. Am I drooling? What is going on there? Sorry. The confidential informer has provided information of criminal activity in the past that, when investigated, was proving to be true and accurate, according to the document. This is kind of saying the same thing over and over. The confidential informer will be available for testimony in court. So Zach Pruitt has been found deceased, if you follow that case. And apparently there's rumors that he was murdered. So let me pull up, if you're not familiar with him, because I know you're going to want to see a picture. I don't have his folder because we didn't actually do the interview. Let me pull up his picture, and then Lisa can go over Beth A.G. Morrison. Were you here when I interviewed Beth's mother, Linda Payne?
Yeah, that one about and then alcohol and all that stuff. They were going to do the candlelight vigil. That's a while back, but yeah, I was here. Yeah, I'm always on here. I'm usually on the other side though.
Yeah, I know you've been in pretty much everyone. So I figured, but I wanted to make sure.
Follow you. Well, not your whole channel since day one, but.
Yeah, well, you were there since the first interview with Tammy, I think, right?
Yeah, Tammy Spang, yeah. How is Tammy? Is she on tonight? Is she in there?
I don't think so. She's in both of them, but it's a lot for people to do like every one. So she takes little breaks here and there. She's a good friend of mine. We actually became really good friends over that. So can you guys see? This is Zachary Pruitt. You can see, right, Lisa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see now.
Okay. Yeah, this is him, guys. This is Zach. Yes. So unfortunately, he has been found deceased. There was the car. So I guess similar to Jared in that way, with the car missing and stuff like that. Excuse me. But unfortunately, he has been found deceased, and apparently they have a witness saying that he was murdered. So that is Zach Pruitt. You guys aren't that familiar with that one anyways, because I never actually got to the interview. But let's bring up Beth A.G. Morrison. We don't actually – sorry, a lot of these there isn't a ton out there, guys, because people are still arrested and talking and stuff. But I'm trying to put together a show where I can just give you some kind of updates. It's kind of hard, and sometimes I wonder if I'm doing a good job when I do these update shows. So they're kind of weird. I'm sorry, Morrison. I'll pull it up on screen. Lisa can read it. Okay, so human remains found in Nevada mountains. Tell me if you can read this, Lisa. So we'll go kind of try to go back and forth. So you can probably read the headline. Oh, wrong one. Can you read that?
Right, there you go. Yeah. Says a Nevada woman was found dead nearly a year after she was reported missing. The Elko County Sheriff's Office confirmed Monday. Human remains were discovered in the Adobe Mountain Range area of the Elko County on September 17th and were sent to the Washoe County Medical Examiner's Office. The remains were identified as Elizabeth A.G. Morrison, who had been missing for a year. The Elko County Sheriff's Office has been investigating the disappearances of A.G. Morrison and Doug Hedgie. Both were reported missing around the same time in September 2019 and were reportedly together. The pair were living together in the Ocean area. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing something. It's been a long day. I'm tired. Area when they disappeared, according to the sheriff's office. It says upon their arrival to the residence in September 2019, law enforcement officers discovered the residence had been cleaned out and no one was there. A.G. Morrison's mother, however, told 2 News that the home wasn't cleaned out. Rather, the door and windows were broken. A.G. Morrison was last seen on September 14th in Elko, Nevada. The last time anyone spoke with her was 6 days later on Facebook.
And yeah, if you guys remember that case, Linda had also told us that she had went there and the door was broken off the hinges and the window was broken. So a lot of people messaged me rumors and stuff. I heard everything from cartel to this and that. I try not to put stuff out there unless I know for sure. But this is Beth. So we don't know exactly what happened. And as far as I know, we don't know for sure if the boyfriend did something or was also a victim or what. I hope he didn't do something, and again, this is all speculation, but typically in cases like this, if they were both, something happened to them, wouldn't you think he would be found with her?
And he's still missing. They still have a missing person report for him, so he's still on the name list and everything. So
I hope it wasn't a fight and he did something to her, and that's how everything got broken, you know. And
then he like fled.
Yeah,
like
fled.
I don't know. Flee. But it's just, I thought it was, you would think that because that happened to that couple from Coachella that was going out there, and then they found their remains in California, and that was a witness to some kind of thing, but that was on the news, and they just found them a year later, but they were both together when they were found, the remains. It's like missing couple at Coachella, but yeah, they were going out to that way, but I would have thought that you would assume if somebody did something to both of them, it would have been. But he's still missing.
Right.
So I guess keep an eye out for him too.
Yeah, this is him, guys. This is Doug. So especially if he's a victim, we don't want to accuse him of anything.
Yeah,
so I'm not doing that.
Keep an eye out. Just keep an eye out. In either way, anyway.
And from what I remember, I think Linda had said that there was some, substance abuse and stuff in the relationship. Not that matters if they're victims, but I'm just saying. So if you keep an eye out, consider that as well. That maybe they could be visiting places where that's being sold, or he I should say, or whatever. But just a relevant detail. The mother had mentioned that there was some usage there, and you can kind of tell in some of these pictures that they might be partaking in some of that stuff. But our hearts go out to Doug's family. We pray that he's all right and that he's not involved, and absolutely no accusations. We're just trying to figure out what happened. That's all.
And then still keep sharing it, because he still could potentially be a missing person too. Maybe somebody did something to put him somewhere else. We don't know. So keep being aware that even though, Beth was found, that Doug is still missing out there.
Yep. And yes, Megan, he's still missing and she is deceased. So next we have Jesse Goings. And I don't know, Denise McGarity, are you still in the chat? I believe Denise went to Jesse's vigil, or was it his vigil or something along those lines. She sent me some pictures. I can try to pull them up. But let's go over his basic case. Unfortunately, he was found I was going to interview his sister, and her other brother had recently been found deceased. Well, I don't know if it's unsolved or what, but I forget his name. It began with the J also. I'll have to look it up. But unfortunately, he was found deceased. You know what? There's another Jesse Goings who was a miner. So every time I try to pull, like he actually was a guy that mined in a mine. So I always get him when I try to pull it up. Give me a second, guys. Let me pull up Denise's picture. So sorry. But yeah, so this is Jesse Goings. I got a million messages. Give me a second. I can pull up his vigil pictures. So he was found deceased, and his brother also was previously found deceased. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting used to this format. I'm a little unprepared. A little emotional. Okay. Yeah, let me pull up the pictures. Save images. I'll just put them. Nolan Watson. I'll put them in Nolan's folder for now. I mean, they're just kind of. One second. They're just kind of people walking around and stuff. But let me get his. Here. I'm gonna put him in Nolan's folder, so I'll have to remember to take him out. 1 second, guys. I am so sorry. And then we will go over our last update, which is Emma Shea Kirby. Unfortunately, she has also been found deceased. I gotta get rid of this beard. It's like making me drool here. No one wants it. Okay, so this is Jesse. This is another one you might not know super well because we didn't get to the interview by the time we were going to do it. He was actually found the morning that we were supposed to do the interview. So let me make sure I'm sharing my screen here. Looks like I am. And this is Jesse Goings. And yeah, Tasha Simpson was his sister. That's who I was going to interview. And then Sherry is his mother. So Jesse has been found deceased, as well as, like I said, his brother had previously died. So this was the vigil, or like the little party thing they had for him. Denise McGarity. I hope I'm not saying that wrong, Denise, but I believe Denise attended, and she sent me these pictures. All right.
Denise says Jason in a chat. Denise says Jason, Jesse's brother passed in an auto accident.
Oh, okay.
See the chat.
Sorry. Yeah. So his okay. So, but still, for the sister, she had both brothers die in a fairly short time. Oh. What an absolute tragedy. So, Denise, do you have any updates? I should have invited Denise on with us. Do you have any updates on Jesse? You could tell us in the chat. Do we know anything else as far as, was he murdered, or what are the, because I don't have any details on him, Denise. I'm sorry. And yeah, Falk is still here. So guys, check out this. I don't know if you've been watching, Falk. We've been doing really good, and the channel's been growing. We've been doing a lot of interviews. So this is only my second update show. I'm still learning the format of this one. So I trying my best here. They were both murdered. Thank you, everybody, saying I'm doing good. Pull up for me too. Unfortunate news. Yeah, some of these are hard to find. Mm-hmm. Oh, Sherry Goings, she's here. Hi, Sherry. I'm so sorry. That's his mother. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry about what to both of your sons. Do you have any updates for us on? You can even come on if you wanted to come on, like Melissa did with me and Lisa. If anybody wanted to tell us about Jesse, by all means. And whether Denise, Sherry, both of you, let me know if any of you guys want to come on. I can shoot you a link, and we'll have Lisa go over Emmy Shea Kirby's. Thank you, Falk. He says I'm on fire, and he's very impressed. Thank you, sir. Please check out on the True Crime Garage channel, Falk's debate with Aaron Larkin tomorrow about the Maura Murray case. It's another great one. Oh, Sherry would like to come on. Perfect. Let me bring her on, guys. Give me 1 second. And Denise, if you wanted to too, excuse me, guys, you could. So what's going to happen when I send you this link, Sherry? You just click the link at the top, the blue part. You'll see the little link thing, obviously. And it will say allow mic and camera. And you click allow mic and camera, enter your name, and then you can enter. That's all you got to do is allow mic and camera, enter your name. And I'll send it to you too, Denise. Guys, we're going to have Sherry and Denise come on to talk about Jesse. Perfect. I should have set that up beforehand. But like I said, this is still new to me, so I apologize. Give me 1 second, guys. Sherry. Okay. Sherry, I'm sending you the link now. And you too, Denise. So we'll bring them on. And while we wait for them, you want to go over Emmy Shea Kirby real quick, Lisa?
Yes.
Well, because that way we can have some time to talk about Jesse versus trying to rush it out. All right, Emmy Shea Kirby. And this is another one I had trouble finding the other day, so I hope it's not still. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, somebody is calling me. Oh, hang on, guys. Sherry's calling me on Facebook. Hang on one second. You're not going to hear her, guys. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Can you, instead of calling me this way, we could do it this way, but could you try clicking that link that I sent you? Okay, try that. In worst case scenario, we can try to do it like this, but we have a lot of issues doing it like this. So just click the link that I sent you. It'll say allow mic and camera, and then you enter your name, and then you can come in. Okay, thank you. All right. Sheena says, "Were the brothers close?" We'll have Sherry go over all that. I don't want to misspeak. So once Sherry and Denise come on. Okay, so let me share my screen. Let's go over Emmy Shea Kirby quick. Oh, wrong one. Okay, so can you see the headline there?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So missing Houston woman who disappeared last month found dead. Medical examiners confirm. And if you want to go over the story real quick.
Yeah. Coming out of Houston, Texas, a 29-year-old Houston woman who hadn't been seen in nearly a month was found dead. Frank Black with Texas EquiSearch says Emanish Kirby was found on August 3rd in the Bear Creek Park area. The circumstances surrounding her death weren't immediately available. The medical examiner's office also confirmed Kirby's death. Emiche was reported missing on Friday, September 18th, according to the Houston Police Department. Investigators said she was seen leaving the 800 block of County Place Drive in West Houston. While police and Texas EquiSearch had no reports of what color, style, or type of clothing Kirby was last seen wearing, EquiSearch said she had scoliosis surgical scar on her neck and back. The scoliosis has left her left scapula higher than her right, they wrote in a statement. Officials also said Kirby had several distinctive tattoos that could have helped people identify her. Then it says, we're working to learn more about her disappearance and death.
And this is her father. I don't think you guys can hear this if I play it, though. Can you hear this? Hang on. I think I have to check. Can you hear that? I can hear it. Could you guys hear that when I played it?
I think you have to click that share audio button.
Okay, I thought so. All right, but we have Denise here. Hi, Denise.
Hey, how are you?
Whoa, you sound really loud to me. Do you sound loud to you, Lisa?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound super loud. I don't know if it's your mic.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sherry's having issues. We can try to get Sherry on. Give me 1 second. I know she was trying to call me on Facebook, and I had her click the link. Let's see. I can also show her that way like I did with Denise Horvath Allen the other day. Let me see. We still don't have Sherry. Do you want to get started telling us a little bit about the vigil, and then we can bring her on?
Yeah, well, do you want to know about Jesse's case, or do you want to know about, the vigil was very nice. I was not expecting that from the family. Basically, Jesse, unfortunately, was found in the quarry. We don't know exactly why. We do know he ran from the police after a traffic stop. I spent so much time out there myself looking. Was willing to jump in the quarry if police did what they were supposed to do. They were wonderful. I'm St. Louis County was great. Hi, Sherry. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
She's holding up very well, the family. I've kept in contact with them every day since Jesse's been found, even throughout the case. Unfortunately, we don't know if he fell in the water with the way the area was. There was a fence, no trespassing signs. I had a hard time because there was a 150-foot drop. I don't know. We don't know why or how he got into the quarry, but I know it has been ruled suspicious. Sherry's family's been amazing. Absolutely amazing. They're holding up very much, and very strong family. Even his friends welcoming completely into their life. It's been hard for them because they lost Bubba, in a automobile accident that has, it's still under investigation. Still looking into that.
That's
Trying to
also
help the
under
family with it.
investigation. The automobile accident for Bubba.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Trying to help them with that too. I've had some things going on, so I haven't been as fully involved in that one. And we had another missing person case here, which he was found. So a lot of things, but I'm still working on Bubba's case for the family. Unfortunately, Jesse's outcome wasn't as good. From day one, when they got a hold of me, I went out to the quarry. Countless hours searching, countless. Every time somebody would get a hold of me, we'd go out and we'd search. It just kept going back to the quarry for some reason.
And Sherry, Tasha's going to come on too. She asked me to send her the link so we can have you guys both.
Okay.
Okay.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I love you, Denise.
They've been wonderful, absolutely wonderful. His friends, his family. I didn't do anything any other advocate wouldn't do for them. They deserved closure with all of everything they were going through.
Absolutely. And so we have now Tasha on too. So Sherry, it's a couple people asking in the chat. Denise is a co-host on the channel that is friends with the family. Tasha is Jesse's sister and Sherry is Jesse's mother. Tasha, your mic is muted. You should see the little line through it. There you go.
I got it.
All right, so let us know, guys. First off, we're so sorry for both Jesse and Bubba, of course.
Thank you.
So Denise has kind of went over some of the basics too. Do you guys want to tell us any additional information or share a story about him or anything, whatever you guys would like to?
Don't make her feel like
Mom?
she has to make
What? Yeah,
Are you listening?
Jesse was always the funny one. You never can go without him because, if it's a bad day, he make you laugh. Everybody loved him. He was my Forrest Gump, I guess, because he always ran. And he's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
His brother was his sister's the oldest. It's just, if it wasn't for Denise, I don't think we would have got as far as we did for her fighting for our family.
Is this someone is having a little trouble hearing? There's a lot of noise somewhere in the background.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little hard to hear you.
It's them two in there.
Can you hear me now?
I
Can you hear me
pretty
now?
good. There's a lot of background stuff. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, he was the life of the party, and since he lost his dad in December, and then he lost his brother in April, and he was lost without his brother and his dad. And I got that spin the weekend before he disappeared. He was out here, and he left and left me a note. And we all walked in the living room, and the living room was spotless, neat and clean.
And Watcher on the Wall asks Sherry and Tasha, what do you guys think happened?
I don't think he drowned.
He was raised on the river ever since he was 5 or 6. He knows how to swim.
So we do know that he had water in his lungs.
Yes.
We just don't know how he ended up in the quarry. That is what we're waiting on toxicology to come back. I think it's going to be about 6 weeks before they can find out. There was 2 other friends with him at the time, but he ran. So there's some questions with everything that happened that morning. that he went missing. Without saying too much, I know it is it's under investigation, so we do know that. I don't think they even have the cause of death yet at this time.
No.
We just know there was water in his lungs.
Right.
That would mean if there's water in it. Oh, I'm sorry, Sherry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if there's water in
Right.
his lungs, but you don't think he drowned, do you think someone might have held him there or something?
He went off that cliff. He does not have no broken bones or skull fracture or anything.
So Jason, I think I sent you a picture of the quarry. In the quarry, it's 150-foot drop in places. There is a part where it's lower, but you'd have to go through the business. So, and we don't know if he knew the quarry was there. I'm sure he did because he's from that area. I mean, it's a business area, so pretty much a lot of people know that quarry is there. We don't know. I mean, we don't know if he climbed the fence to get into that area or how he got in there.
Right. Well, we got him home. We went down and picked his remains up. He's home.
A lot of people saying he would have had broken bones if he fell.
Yeah.
And then people asking where his friends running from police as well.
No. Nope. 2 were arrested from what the report says, but then there's some questions with that.
Because there was really only one arrested and the other one was not even taken in. And that was out of the one that got arrested's mouth.
We have a question from the chat. It's a little bit of a difficult one. You don't have to answer if you don't want, but we try to allow everyone. People asking, do you think he could have possibly been suicidal because of the loss of his dad and brother?
No.
He was upset about it, but he would have never took his own life. He was never like that. He never believed in anything like that.
And he wouldn't have left me not unless something serious like this. He would never left me. I mean, Bubba wouldn't have left me, but that, that happened. And the person who was driving, he took off and ran. So I got 2 kids with, open cases.
And so he was running from the police. Barb Brown asked where the police chasing him. I'm assuming if he was running, right? They were chasing him.
No. So what I understand, so it was 25 he ran when the police pulled him over.
Yeah.
25 minutes to a half an hour later, the police went searching with canine dogs. They never found him, but they found a sweatshirt or a hoodie. And but they never found him. So the direction that I understand that he ran was not the direction of the quarry.
Oh.
So,
But I confirm that there's no cameras.
There's no cameras. Okay.
Right. And body cams, they just asked about the body cams. Body cams were on the entire time. I do not think the police were involved at all. That was a big rumor that Sherry and Tasha had to deal with a lot of horrible rumors that were going on around Jesse that were not true. That family did not deserve to hear a lot of what was being said.
Right.
It was trying to keep them as calm as possible while they were going through this the whole time and trying to keep them so they didn't have to hear all that because they were already going through enough as it is. And they are absolutely sweet as can be. They all are. Every single one of them that I met were just amazing. But they deserve closure in both cases.
Well, I'll say a prayer for you guys for both of them. I couldn't even imagine one. Never mind both, guys. It's Tasha and Sherry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Do you guys Well, before I ask that, Edie Whitley says maybe he came across something he shouldn't have while he was running.
No.
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's too many possibilities.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been running and running, you know. Like I said, he was a runner. He was my Forrest Gump, you know. And they said the tree was a lot of trees and stuff. He might have was running and running and running, and it might have been too late and he couldn't stop. You know.
Okay. So that's where you're leaning towards that.
All I know is he's gone. I can't bring him back. I can't bring neither one of them back, but that, you know, we have them home with us. Not the way we want them home, but we have them with us.
I'm grateful you at least don't have to wonder.
And if we could kidnap Denise, we'll keep her here too.
They're kind of stuck with me.
Yeah, Denise is great. She helps out a lot. I do the interviews, but there's a lot of people like Denise and Lisa that do a lot more work than me behind the scenes. So thank God for them, for sure.
Yeah, we surprised her with flowers and that.
Yeah, she was in tears. She sent me the picture.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's definitely just about finding them. I think it's you have to also work with the families very close and keeping them somewhat sane while they're going through this. And that's a big part of doing this all the time. You know, you got to get close to those families and help them out just as much as you're out searching. I mean, it's hard to explain, but you go out and you might search thousands of times, but you kind of know. Lisa, I mean, like Lisa said, you know what's going on. No, it was not dark. It was 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
eating.
like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, when they got pulled over and he ran. So it wasn't dark. That's why I was confused. But we do know that body cams were on the entire time, so it is recorded.
Right.
And you know what Denise was saying, they was, you know, putting everything up on my son. They was going back and getting his mug shots and putting them up in this and that. You know, that's not got nothing to do with because he's missing. I mean, we knew he was missing because he never called home. And if he would have got out down there, he would have called his friend Bobby to come get him. And it just went after that. And I knew something was wrong. I knew he was in that water. Somewhere, some way, he was in that water. And, you know, what he did in his life, in his past, went to jail, that's really none of their business at all. You know, that's not what this was for. What this was for is to find my baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to tell a story or tell us something about him before we kind of start winding down? Anything about either Jesse or Bubba or anything like that is important for people to know, or anything relevant to the case? Do you want to speak to anyone who may know something? Maybe Tasha and Sherry could go on screen and make a plea to anyone who may know something about what happened to either case, since they're, I mean, maybe not so much Jesse, but Bubba, anything like that?
Not me.
I know anything you know. Everybody knows our phone numbers.
Well, for Tasha and Sherry, there is 2 people that were there at the time that never came forward.
Something with my dog. Sorry, give me 1 second.
That's okay. They never came forward. They never said anything. Love for them to talk to the police.
Right.
They didn't even come to the balloon release.
No, they never did.
They never showed up, and they were supposed to be his friends.
You know, would like to know a little bit more, but you know, the biggest thing is Jesse's daughter, Carmen. She
messed up her part.
Yeah, I think she's the reason I was brought to you guys and to help find him. Sweet little girl. Very sweet little girl.
Yes, she is.
So
Very,
Well,
very
they-
hyper.
They just had another one. Her uncle died the day
Not even
after.
a couple days later.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Well,
and
I'm
my
sorry you guys
granddaughter's
are
the
going
one that
through that.
found them.
Yeah. You guys are strong, and I'm
so
proud of
sorry
you.
You guys are going through this.
Thank you.
And still working on Bubba's case. I talk to you every day. Still working on it. We'll figure that
'cause
one
they
out.
know the
too.
guy's nickname. You know, like I told everybody else, me and Tasha watches these cop shows all the time. You know, all they had to do is just put that guy's nickname in, comes back his name. What's the problem? You know, a stolen vehicle and everything else, but and then they left my kid lay there for 45 minutes on the ground with no cover. And there was kids there running around seeing this body on the ground dead.
I know.
So sorry, Sherry.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. He's really sick. Well, all right, guys. So thank you for coming on. I'm so sorry for what happened to Jesse and Bubba,
Thank
of
you,
course.
Jesse.
And thank you for sharing their story with us. To show you guys one last time, this is Jesse. So if anybody knows anything, of course, please come forward. Like Tasha said, there are the phone numbers. And you guys know, though, Tasha and Sherry, that unfortunately sometimes when it's the internet, so sometimes when you show numbers, you get bad calls or people lying about things. So just
Oh, yeah.
prepare for that if you haven't already dealt with it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, they can also call the St. Louis County Police Department, who is working on the case actively right now.
Let me pull up that number. St. Louis County Police Department.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to get his truck, but it's not working.
In that number, I have 636-529-8210. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so please call them if you know anything, guys. And I haven't put any of the links. I'll put links to places, and I'll put all the information in the description below for Sherry, Tasha, the St. Louis Police, everything like that, as well as mine. And please check out Be United. Thank you to Lisa. She's been kind of hanging out in the background muted for a while. Sorry, Lisa, but thank you for joining us. Do you want to say goodbye to everyone? You're still muted.
Yes, I just want to say to Tasha and Sherry, I'm so sorry for everything you guys are going through. And Denise, thank you so much for all the work you do.
No, absolutely.
Amazing.
Thank
And
you
thank
for
you,
what
Jason.
you do.
And everybody in the chat. Yes. See you
All
guys
right,
later.
All right, everyone.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you
get
so
back to
much.
Sheila.
All right, I
you.
know this was a little bit of a long one. Thank you so much, guys. Tasha and Sherry, I'm so sorry for your loss, and let me know if there's anything I can do.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Love
And
you,
Denise,
Denise.
I'll talk to you soon. Okay, Denise? Let me know when
Got
you
it.
want to come on. All right, guys.
Love
Thank you
you.
so much.
All right.
Have a great night.